All right, let's jump right into a really powerful and maybe kind of surprising idea. The actual joy you can find in being out of the loop. I know, it sounds a little backwards in today's world, but stick with me, because this could be the exact mindset shift you've been looking for.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does this feel familiar? That constant buzz from your phone, the endless stream of pings, that sinking feeling that if you just look away for a second, you're gonna fall behind. It's like being buried under an avalanche of information. If you're nodding along, trust me, you are so not alone. For years, all we've heard about is FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. It's that anxious feeling that you have to stay plugged in, you have to know what everyone is up to all the time. But today, we're going to flip that script entirely. We're talking about JOMO, the joy of missing out. This is the amazing realization that choosing to disconnect is actually a pleasure. It's a deliberate move to focus on what really matters to you. It's about shifting from anxiety to, true intention.
So, before we can really embrace all that JOMO has to offer, we've got to understand the problem we're up against. I like to think of it as the information treadmill. It's that nonstop pace of modern life, and there is a very, very real cost to being connected 24/7.
And here's the fundamental issue, the real conflict of our time. We've got a world of literally infinite information at our fingertips. Endless posts, articles, videos, you name it. But our attention, our actual brain power, that is very, very finite. Our brains just weren't built to drink from a constant fire hose of data like this.
And you want to put a number to that fire hose? Think about this. A lot of us get more than 100 notifications a day. Every single one of those is a little demand, a little grab for our most precious resource, our focus. It's kind of startling when you realize just how much of it we're giving away without a second thought.
And let's be real, this isn't harmless. Being constantly plugged in has some serious consequences. We're talking about real mental burnout, the inability to focus on one thing for more than a few minutes, and that low-grade constant hum of anxiety, that feeling that you're always on call. But what if we changed the story? What if being out of the loop wasn't a mistake or a failure, but a conscious, deliberate strategy? This is where everything starts to shift. It's about making an active choice to just step off that treadmill.
I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the idea. In a world drowning in information, the real superpower isn't knowing everything. Nope, it's knowing what to ignore. It's about becoming the gatekeeper, the editor of your own attention.
So how do we get there? It's really a simple three-step mental shift. First, you just have to acknowledge the burnout is real. It's not just in your head. Second, start questioning what's coming in. Do I really need this notification? Is this social media feed actually making me feel good? And third, prioritize intention. Actively choose what you consume instead of just letting it all wash over you.
And as soon as you start doing that, the very first incredible reward you get is the gift of focus. It's like you start to reclaim all this quiet, clear mental space that you didn't even realize had been stolen by all the noise. This leads right to a powerful concept called deep work. It's just what it sounds like, the ability to really, truly concentrate on a tough task without getting pulled in a million directions. It's where your best thinking happens, where creativity sparks, where big problems get solved. And it's almost impossible to get there when you're constantly connected. I mean, just think about it for a second. Your best ideas probably don't pop into your head while you're mindlessly scrolling through a chaotic feed, right? They come in the quiet moments, in the shower, on a walk. By choosing to miss out on the noise, you're actually choosing to tune in to your own thoughts and your own creativity. So once you start getting your focus back, the next amazing benefit is that you get to transform your entire information diet. It's a radical shift away from valuing the sheer quantity of stuff you consume to valuing its quality and its meaning. This all comes down to a classic idea, signal versus noise. The noise is all the junk, the endless chatter, the clickbait, the alerts about things that don't really affect you. The signal? That's the good stuff, the valuable insights that actually help you learn and grow. The goal is simple. Turn down the volume on the noise so you can finally hear the signal. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, it might mean trading that passive, reactive scroll through your social feed for an active choice to read one fantastic, curated newsletter. It means swapping out the constant stress of breaking news alerts for a deep dive into a good book or a really thoughtful article.
And this all leads us to the final and I think most empowering idea. You get to curate your own world. You get to be the architect of your own information environment and build a loop that actually serves you, your goals, and your well being. And the results? They're dramatic. I mean, just look at this. When you go from an unfiltered, chaotic loop to a curated, intentional one, the impact is huge. Your mental clarity goes way up. Your ability to focus skyrockets. And maybe the most important thing of all, your overall sense of well being just gets so much better.
Now let's be super clear. The point of all this isn't to become a hermit or throw your phone into a river. Not at all. The goal is intentional connection. It's about choosing when you connect, how you connect, and what you connect with. It's about putting yourself back in the driver's seat.
So this brings us to the big takeaway. Maybe we've been thinking about this all wrong. The goal isn't to be afraid of being out of the loop. The goal is to have the courage to build a better one. A loop that actually informs you instead of overwhelming you, that energizes you instead of draining you. And so, that leaves us with one final question to think about. If you were going to sit down and design your own personal loop, what would be in it? What information, what voices, what ideas are the ones that truly matter to you? Answering that, well, that's the first step to finding your own joy in missing out. Thanks for listening.